I think that he should get help. You know what I mean? And that's it. I don't believe in kicking a man while they're down.
So people have had to intervene, like the WBC. Even I think the family issued a statement, and hopefully that'll be enough for Ryan Garcia, or for even more people around him, to get him the help he needs.
Gervonta Davis has reportedly ran up on Ryan Garcia after he made some serious racist comments. The American, who was banned last month from boxing for a year due to an anti-doping violation, made the comments on X's Spaces platform. Reacting to it, WBC President Mauricio Suleiman said in a statement, "Exercising my authority as president of the WBC, I am hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization. We reject any form of discrimination." In a since-deleted post on X, Garcia wrote, "I was trolling. I want all the killing to stop. I love everyone. Sorry if I offended you." However, the WBC expelled the American. The American has not responded. Following Garcia's one-year doping ban from the New York State Athletic Commission, Suleiman stated that the WBC would refrain from imposing its own suspension or punitive measures due to concerns regarding his health. What exactly would be involved in being kicked out of the WBC was not immediately apparent. Garcia failed several tests following his April altercation with Haney. In addition to facing a one-year ban, Garcia's surprising win over former undisputed lightweight champion Haney was overturned and declared a no contest. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia responded defiantly today to the World Boxing Council's decision to expel him. Garcia lashed back at the WBC, saying on X, "It's okay. Just don't try to work with me ever again, even after I get clean and sober." Once Ryan gets his act together, he wants no part of the WBC. He doesn't want to collaborate with them ever again because they ruined it. King Rai feels that the organization has targeted him with selective enforcement and is treating him differently than other fighters. He believes that others haven't been punished for making similar statements. Moreover, Ryan feels that the WBC is unfairly targeting him, adding to the chorus of critics condemning his racial remarks. He's unhappy about receiving additional punishment and being treated differently from others. Ryan said about the WBC expelling him, "So, WBC, so many other people have said racist remarks, and you were never expelled. I'm expelled for life. The problem is, Haney has said racist things, and so has Tim Bradley and Nada. You do nothing." Due to Ryan's popularity, his successful career is expected to continue after his one-year suspension, unaffected by the WBC's expulsion. Since he remains in good standing with the IBF, WBA, and WBO organizations, Ryan will still have ample opportunities to fight for world titles if he chooses to do so. Moreover, Ryan has stated that winning world titles isn't his priority. He aims to compete in the biggest fights and doesn't place much importance on belts, considering them less significant unless a fighter lacks a fan base. The WBC's move to remove Ryan seems pointless if his remarks about how little he cared about world titles were taken seriously. However, Garcia's family has now spoken out about it. His family has spoken out against his remarks and said they don't reflect his true character. Garcia's family said in a statement condemning their son's comments, "Our family wishes to address recent statements made by our son Ryan that do not align with his or our family's true character or beliefs. Our family unequivocally does not support any statements he has made regarding race or religion. These do not reflect who Ryan truly is and how he was raised. Those who know Ryan can attest to his genuine respect and love for people of all races and religions." The statement further read, "Ryan has been open about his ongoing struggle with health over the years. As a family, we remain committed to encouraging and ensuring he receives the necessary help to navigate this very challenging time and address both his immediate and long-term well-being. We deeply appreciate the continued support, prayers, and compassion you have towards our family during these hard times." Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia stated he was going to treatment on Friday and apologized. "I've supported many black men and black communities. I'm not mad at the outrage, and I sincerely apologize if I hurt and offended anyone. But my pain deserves to be felt. Black and brown have always united, and it will always be that way." Suleiman, in expelling Garcia from the WBC, said, "I fear for Ryan's well-being as he has declined multiple attempts for our help with health and substance use." Super welterweight contender Virgil Ortiz Jr. sparred twice with Garcia in the amateur boxing circuit and insists that this is not the true form of the 25-year-old. Ortiz wrote on X on Friday, "I've known Ryan since the amateurs when we fought only twice. He was never like this. I'm not making any excuses for him or his actions. I'm legitimately worried about him, as a friend would be worried about his friend." He added, he's worried for Garcia. This followed a back-and-forth exchange between Garcia and Ortiz on X on Thursday, during which Garcia challenged Ortiz to a sparring match. In response, Ortiz instructed him to pull up. So it all started when Ryan Garcia launched into a tirade on X on Thursday morning, employing racist rhetoric against African Americans and discriminating against various other groups. Although many of his tweets have been deleted, screenshots and recordings from unhinged X Spaces conversations are circulating online.
You know, I said,
You supposed to hit your chest and throw up the peace sign. That means you won the
you know
buzz.
what I said? I word about saying the ER word, but saying niggas to the ER. No, you didn't hear that.
Can you say? No. Can you say it again?
Okay. Our word about other people saying the ER word, but niggas are saying niggas to the ER.
That's crazy. That's crazy work. You're absolutely right, though.
Bro, am I wrong?
You're not.
No, you are right, bro.
I'm gonna repeat it one more time.
I think you should repeat it 2 more times, bro.
Okay.
I think.
Niggas are sending niggas to the ER, and y'all niggas about other people saying the ER, the hard R, when niggas are saying niggas to the ER.
The controversial boxer repeatedly used the N-word, mocked George Floyd's tragedy, and disparaged Mexicans, Muslims, Christians, and other groups. Among the most bizarre assertions were claims about black people and an allegation that a black man mistreated him. Garcia said, "So a black man raped me and it's okay, and everyone acts like it never happened." Lil Wayne said I can say the N-word. Other tweets and remarks during X Spaces conversations included Garcia's attack on both Israeli and Palestinian people and supporters. Moreover, he criticized Muslims and Christians.
Hey, guess what? Y'all hate me, George Floyd.
That's
Yeah,
deep,
I know.
man. That's
No,
deep.
no, George Floyd.
No,
That
he
nigga-
was used. He
No,
was used.
that nigga was,
Fucking
hey,
George
that nigga was a crackhead, bro. He died because he had fentanyl in the system. He didn't. Bro, I'm sorry. I know I hurt y'all feelings, but
Hey, he just crashed out, bro. He really was just having an overdose all whole time. I can't breathe, bro. You were just having an overdose, bro.
He crashed out. And guess what? Steven Jackson too. Bro, I want to show y'all my DMs with Steven Jackson. I'm gonna post it. You know what?
Yo, why does Steven Jackson
Ryan.
push Canelo's 4-year-old daughter on the floor, bro? That shit was crazy.
What?
It's rare for a boxing prodigy to transition from a golden boy to a figure of controversy, but Ryan Garcia has done just that. At 25, the sensation known for his lightning-fast hands and flashy knockouts now finds himself at the center of a storm more damaging than any right hook he's ever thrown. The response has been swift and severe, with even his longtime promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, publicly condemning him. De La Hoya stated with a mix of disappointment and resolve, "There is no room for hate or intolerance at my company, period. I condemn Ryan's words in the strongest terms possible. I see that he has apologized, and that is a start, but it is only a start to earn back the trust and respect of those of us who have and continue to support him." De La Hoya's statement delivers a sharp blow, not only to Garcia's career, but also to his personal integrity. As a boxing icon, De La Hoya has guided Garcia through the challenging landscape of professional boxing. Golden Boy Promotions has served as Garcia's professional sanctuary since his debut, but this recent controversy could mark a breaking point. Garcia's career has been marked by controversy. Just last month, he reached a settlement with the New York State Athletic Commission following a positive test for the performance-enhancing substance Ostarine. This incident resulted in a no-contest ruling, a substantial fine, and a 1-year boxing ban. However, his recent remarks overshadow even the PED scandal, making it appear relatively insignificant. According to De La Hoya, "We hope Ryan will use the time he has away from the sport to work through the issues he has publicly discussed. We stand ready to help in whatever we can." Garcia's attempts to apologize have been about as effective as a one-armed boxer's. He asserted he was trolling after making offensive remarks about George Floyd and using the N-word. His apologies have been filled with excuses, such as accusing those offended of being too sensitive and claiming he was provoked into using racial slurs. De La Hoya's reaction isn't merely a PR tactic, it underscores the gravity of Garcia's actions. The mantra of "no room for hate or intolerance" should resonate within every sports organization. However, it's evident that De La Hoya's tolerance is dwindling. Garcia may discover that regaining respect is more challenging than winning any championship belt. Currently, Garcia's future with Golden Boy Promotions remains uncertain, and only time will reveal whether he can restore his once shining legacy. According to De La Hoya, this is just the beginning. Ryan Garcia faces a challenging journey ahead to reclaim his place in the sport he cherishes and among the fans who once revered him. Garcia's unusual conduct surfaced well before his bout with Devin Haney in April, as King Rise steadfastly maintained that his provocative behavior, whether online or in person, was purely performative. However, Eddie Hearn, Haney's co-promoter, expressed genuine worry for the 25-year-old and agreed to be skeptical of his allegations. Following the controversial comments made by the boxer, Hearn was interviewed by The Stomping Ground, offering his perspective on Garcia's predicament. Hearn expressed concern, stating that he believes Ryan is a decent person, but that his behavior has become erratic, indicating that he needs immediate help. Reflecting on the first press conference for Haney Garcia, Hearn recalled observing Garcia and wondering about the changes in his demeanor. He mentioned having met Garcia several times and being surprised by his recent behavior, despite others suggesting that he was simply promoting the event.
We're all going to talk about Ryan Garcia. Expelled, I think was the word the WBC used. Just your original thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it makes no difference to me what Ryan Garcia does. But, as I said before, I think the guy has a good heart. I think he's a decent person. But his head's fallen off and he needs help ASAP. I said this, I noticed this the first press conference for Haney Garcia. I was looking at him going, well, what has happened to this bloke? I've met him a few times and I looked at him, I was like, what has happened to this guy? And everyone was like, no, I think he's just selling the show.
He further remarked that his observations continued at the press conference during fight week, noting that Garcia's behavior had deteriorated even more. Despite Garcia's decent performance in the fight, Hearn believed that Garcia's actions were not just an act. He added that some of the recent statements made were indicative that things have reached a critical point.
Etc. Then I saw him at the press conference on fight week, and it was like even worse. I mean, he ended up performing pretty well in the fight. Obviously, we know maybe why, maybe whatever. But you could tell, after the fight, he turned out and he said, no, it was all a front. And everyone went, wow, I can't believe it. I told you it was all a front. And I'm thinking, no, it's not. And now, obviously, we're seeing it wasn't, and it isn't. And some of the stuff that obviously was said yesterday is it's kind of like the end of the road with it now.
The problematic boxer, who spent the 4th of July vacation with the Sanders family, declared that he is abolishing the use of the N-word and that he sincerely apologized if he hurt and offended anyone. Deion Sanders Jr. made a public statement supporting his friend while strongly criticizing his actions. He emphasized that Coach Prime intended to meet with Garcia in Miami over the weekend to provide him with the necessary support. Sanders Jr. reaffirmed their commitment not to abandon Garcia despite the current controversy. Sanders said via Well-Off Media, "I'm not going to let a moment ruin a lifetime." Garcia made a notable appearance at Colorado's spring game in April, following his controversial bout with Devin Haney, later overturned due to a positive test for ostarine. Since then, his trajectory has taken a troubling turn, culminating in his recent arrest for allegedly causing damage at a Beverly Hills hotel. Following his booking, Garcia reported a medical concern and was swiftly taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for assessment and care. When Garcia was invited to Colorado in April, it's unclear if anyone there was aware of his alleged history of substance misuse. Garcia's remarks regarding George Floyd, whose tragic incident ignited the powerful and influential Black Lives Matter movement, have provoked intense criticism. His friend, Stephen Jackson, defended Floyd, advising Garcia to get some help and stating, "We don't play by the same rules that you play by in the ring." Jackson's words reverberated with an ominous tone reminiscent of Tony Soprano, implying that Garcia might require heightened security in the wake of his provocative remarks. While Ryan is known to crave attention, as Stephen noted, "You are a cloud chaser, always looking for attention." This time, he has crossed the line. The first repercussion was Mauricio Sulaiman's expulsion from the WBC. Other prominent boxing organizations have probably sanctioned this as the first of many sanctions. As I recall, there's a saying, "Stop making stupid people famous." Ryan ought to channel his efforts into his strengths, like boxing, rather than grappling with a year-long suspension for ostarine. It's crucial for him to focus on his career. Perhaps taking advice from Floyd's friend to seek counseling would be beneficial. Regardless, his remarks are deeply troubling and warrant strong disapproval. Ryan Garcia's career is spiraling due to his controversial social media presence. His conduct, laid bare for all to see, is gradually alienating him from the world of professional boxing. It appears that he's single-handedly delivering the knockout blow to his own career. On top of everything, Ryan has a knack for embarrassing his family, prompting Garcia's parents to take to social media, asserting that their son needs help. Following a cascade of adverse events, largely of Garcia's own making, he seems to be grasping for a final chance at redemption. This quest is exemplified in a recent Instagram video where he appeals to Floyd Mayweather for assistance, captioning it with "Working Hard Floyd Mayweather." Ryan Garcia is captured in a rare moment of intense training in a recent video, a stark departure from his usual demeanor on social media.
I'm still working. And
Following the backlash from his controversial remarks, which threatened his future in boxing, Garcia may consider seeking professional assistance, as urged by his parents, to ensure his well-being and sustain his career in the ring. While it's unclear what choices Ryan will make going forward, one thing is certain: his greatest rival will always be the same, both inside and outside of the ring. After facing severe criticism, Garcia revealed plans to enter rehabilitation for alcohol dependency. In his apology, Garcia controversially referenced Mike Tyson's historical controversies, a tactic widely perceived as an effort to redirect accountability. Garcia said, "Let me get this straight. I've actually supported black communities, have taken racism from Tim Bradley calling me a zoo animal on ESPN, and turned the other cheek. But I'm racist because everyone was just drunk and saying shit. People say all the time, including black men." He further added, "If you get triggered by a word, that means you are too sensitive. God knows my heart and how I would protect black children till the day I die. I was speaking against black-on-black crime. They took everything out of context, including the Muslim part. I spoke against pedophile activity in every religion and how I don't stand for that." Garcia expressed that he grew up in a neighborhood where everyone used that word, which he is now removing from his vocabulary. He mentioned his support for many black men and black communities. He stated that he understood the outrage and offered a sincere apology if he had caused hurt or offense. Additionally, he emphasized that his own pain should be acknowledged, affirming the historical unity between black and brown communities and asserting that this unity would endure. He added, "I'm just a shade lighter than you, but I love you and I love black children to the point I'd die for a black child. I was actually speaking against black-on-black crime. Again, I'm sorry." Garcia further stated that he takes full responsibility for his words. He acknowledged that the past couple of months have been tough for him, as evident to everyone, but he expressed genuine remorse. Garcia admitted struggling with substance use, noting how challenging it has been for him amidst everything that has transpired. His apology was undermined by posts he made later. Among his comments, "I stand on the fact that a black man can be racist, and, in the hood, everyone has said the N-word." Garcia also took issue with other fighters making racist remarks, without facing repercussions from the WBC. Leading up to the Haney fight, worries surfaced over Garcia's unpredictable conduct, both publicly and on social media, delving into a troubling mix of conspiracy theories and what seemed like calls for assistance. Despite this, he refuted any suggestions of personal issues. "Come on, guys, you really thought I was crazy?" Garcia said after the Haney fight. Garcia was detained in June on allegations that he had caused $15,000 at a hotel in Beverly Hills. The boxer's attorney said after the arrest that it was an extraordinarily challenging time for Ryan, as he has been grappling with devastating news regarding his mother's health. Ryan Garcia appears to be undergoing a transformative journey following the controversy sparked by his racist and anti-Muslim remarks on social media. His expulsion from the WBC and the strong condemnation of his views by Golden Boy Promotions, his management, seem to have had a profound impact. As a positive step forward, Garcia has chosen to enter rehab. Recently, the 25-year-old also devoted time to bonding with his young children before beginning his rehabilitation process. So, taking responsibility for his words and expressing his apologies on X, Garcia wrote, "I am going to rehab BTW." Prior to that, though, he posted a sweet video of himself holding his darling children on Instagram. He included multiple blue heart emoticons in the post's caption. Garcia is looking forward to the rehab program ahead, optimistic that it will be a positive experience, despite his recent Ostarine test. However, he remains critical of the WBC's decision, expressing his frustrations openly. Although Garcia is apologetic to the Muslim community and claims to respect every race, the boxer was unable to comprehend expulsion from the WBC completely. So he questioned the WBC, claiming that exclusive of himself, so many other people have said racist remarks and were yet exempted from expulsion. In addition, Garcia was puzzled as to why the WBC had not responded to Mike Tyson's remarks about Lennox Lewis and a white-skinned fight writer, even if he adored the man. Garcia brought up in a tweet that Tyson had threatened to mistreat a white fight journalist and eat Lennox Lewis's children. Bill Haney expressed profound disappointment and heartfelt concern regarding Ryan Garcia's recent controversial remarks, particularly his use of racial slurs. Haney conveyed his feelings of dismay, stating that he was not pleased to witness Garcia crashing out. As someone who strives to maintain optimism in human interactions, Haney expressed a desire for mutual support during challenging times, not only for himself, but also for Garcia and his family.
I'm not happy to see the kid crashing out, you know. I always try to be as optimistic as I can as just a human being, and I hope that, everyone could be with me in my most trying times, as well as him going through his or anyone in my family. These are the times that, we show our resiliency, we show our character. We don't get, we don't misrepresent what we represent, and that's positivity. And I know, dude, now it shows that, the upbringing, because I say more than any time, these are the times that having a dad who's been there on that roller coaster with you, that ups and downs.
Moreover, Haney underscored the importance of resilience and strong character, implying that Garcia's background and environment could have played a significant role in shaping his current behavior. He firmly asserted that such derogatory language has no place in any context, especially when directed in the manner it was. In addressing Garcia's situation, Haney advocated for Garcia to seek assistance and for his support network to step forward and provide guidance. He stressed his belief in refraining from criticizing individuals during vulnerable moments, emphasizing the need for compassion and constructive intervention.
You know what I mean? I wish them well, but there's no place for that kind of talk, you know what I mean? And particularly, and directed, in the way that it's being directed, it's just no place for it. We have, in his case and boxers' cases as promoters and being self-promoters, there's things that you try to do to bring excitement to the event, excitement to your persona, and then there's reality. And, we've all done things in the promotion that have been questionable, but there's no boxer, there's no event, and there's no place for that kind of language.
Moreover, Haney openly criticized media and content creators for their role in sensationalizing controversies instead of addressing the deeper issues faced by athletes. He pointed out the hypocrisy in celebrating provocative behavior while neglecting to acknowledge and support athletes in genuine need. Bill Haney's candid remarks reflect broader concerns within the boxing community regarding professionalism, ethical conduct, and the influential impact of public figures' actions on sports and society. His statements serve as a poignant reminder of the importance of integrity, accountability, and empathy in navigating challenges within the realm of professional sports.
Definitely should get help, and the people around him should step up and be held accountable and speak loud and be just as, happy that they can be there for Ryan during these kind of times. This is a time that you see what kind of team you got, you know what I mean? And then particularly Henry Garcia, some of these times, and me as both being involved in boxing and involved in my son's career, being a manager and a trainer and a father, I'm going to attest that in my children also will say that I'm a nosy-ass parent.
Moreover, Stephen A. Smith strongly criticized Ryan Garcia, calling for his indefinite suspension and complete disassociation from boxing due to recent controversies involving racial slurs. Smith asserted that Garcia's behavior, which he linked to substances, was not a byproduct of boxing, but personal issues. He expressed disappointment in Garcia's actions, particularly his insults directed at black people and Muslims, referencing Garcia's controversial video mentioning George Floyd and affiliating himself with the KKK.
Should be suspended indefinitely. there should be a disassociation with him from the sport of boxing. Because the things that he's doing and the kind of trouble he finds himself in are not a byproduct of boxing. In all likelihood, it's a byproduct of alcohol and drugs. We can slice it any way we want to, but that's just how it appears to be. That's what we're looking at right now. And I think that needs to be said. I've interviewed Ryan Garcia on at least 2 or 3 occasions. Actually, I've been very fond of him. I like him a lot. Once upon a time, I felt that he had a chance to be the new face of boxing. I did make it contingent upon him being able to beat Gervonta Davis, which he did not do.
Smith reflected on Garcia's earlier potential as a boxing star and his past fights, notably his loss to Gervonta Davis. He recalled how Garcia once had the potential to be boxing's new face, but suggested that Garcia's recent actions have tarnished his career. Smith criticized Garcia's mindset, stating that he appears to have a screw loose and needs help rather than sympathy.
He got dropped in the 2nd round and then got the fight stopped in the 6th round due to a body shot, okay, from Gervonta Davis. And so that's where that happened. But in the end, as we look at him right now, he definitely seems to have a screw loose.
Regarding Garcia's controversial fight with Haney, Smith blamed Garcia for not adhering to weight restrictions and implied Garcia's frustration over having to comply with stringent rules for other fights. He condemned Garcia's alleged use of performance-enhancing substances, emphasizing the negative impact on his reputation despite any governing body rulings.
And nobody is interested in being compassionate right now when you insult black people, when you insult Muslims, as he did in that video. Okay, bringing up George Floyd, talking about, calling himself a member of the KKK and all that. He does not seem in his right mind. He seems out there, and he has completely tarnished his career. Once upon a time, Ryan Garcia was absolutely positively box office. I'm not trying to imply that he's not box office now, because I think if he went into the ring, still a lot of people are going to watch him because he's got lightning quick hands, he's got power, he's got skills, but he's got a screw loose. It's just that simple.
Smith concluded by asserting that Garcia deserves the backlash from the Black and Muslim communities for his offensive remarks, highlighting the seriousness of his situation. He emphasized the need for Garcia to seek help and address his well-being, indicating concern over Garcia's state and its potential connection to substance use. Smith also thinks that Garcia is behaving like this because he lost to Gervonta Davis. Moreover, Tank has also reportedly condemned these remarks from Ryan, although he was previously supporting him during the PED saga.
He deserves the 1-year banishment, and he deserves for his family to issue the statement that they issued. And right now, if the black community and the Muslim community is pissed at him, they have every right to be with what he said. But I think that he's mentally warped because he was embarrassed because he can't get over the fact that he lost to Gervonta Davis. If Ryan Garcia had beaten Gervonta Davis, I don't think we're seeing all of this. I think we're seeing a brother that's at the top of the heat in the fight game, that's absolutely box office, and we'd be talking about who he's going to fight next. I think that's what we'd be seeing.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.